Hey folks, welcome to the channel. I'm Don. This is Rockin' the Country. Today it's like 77 degrees out, so even though I'm in the house, I had to wear something that sort of makes you feel outdoors. Dave and Christine Emsweiler, who also sent me the Stetson hat and the clock, sent me this shirt along with some, what do you call them, puka shells or something? A necklace. I'm not wearing that right now, but it's summertime is coming, but it's certainly warm out, so I'm trotting the shirt out. Eric Dean made a gift to the channel for me to do Steven Wilson Jr.'s song, American Gothic. That was your first choice, but that turned out to, the acoustic version was on Vivo. Even though it's on his channel, it's on Vivo, and Vivo almost always gets blocked. For me, I see other reactors on occasion being able to do it, just not me. Probably not them too, but in any case. So I went and looked, and you gave me an alternate song by Steven, the acoustic version of The Devil. So I found, let's see, the ones on this channel are Vivo. So I found a different rendition. I think it was like, was it Jam in the Van? Yeah, the one thing for folks who make, gift requests or any requests really, but gift requests especially, it said Vivo, I just can't do it. I've not been able to do it successfully. I think in the 100 or so over the lifetime of the channel that I've tried, I think maybe one or two got uploaded successfully, and those eventually got taken down. So that's our deal. All right, here we go. I think I got this one. Oh, live from the cellar. All right, and from Jam in the Van. I've done Jam in the Vans before, and I've successfully uploaded those. So let's see.
Right, fella, do you know what the difference between a crocodile and an alligator is? You don't know at all?
He
No.
I think it's the snout.
Is it just the snout? One's bigger than the other, right?
Hello, my name is Steven Wilson Jr., and I am my father's son. This song is called The Devil.
That's quite a lead-in intro. Quite the guitar. He's a different kind of cat, Steven, from the last one I did.
And on the Bible lies, maggots turn to flies, whole world's gone to hell, mama's back in jail, just can't get enough, I think we've had too much, gunfire in the schools, melt down the golden rule, wear your promise ring, preacher's got a thing for me, you keep it to yourself, the whole world's gone to hell. A snake will crawl the earth to shed its skin, to make more room for the poison, and the filthy rich will rob you clean, until you raise your voices, and the louder one above the rest will call himself a rebel. There's a one you know and there's a one you don't, but they're still both the devil. Work hard for the man, you spare the rod, hell use your hands. Yeah, the hate'll break you down, you're the toughest guy in town. Yeah, we'll say, can you see the nearest pharmacy? Yeah, a needle to the vein, it might be the thing that'll kill the pain. Go trade away your soul, you swear the world will never know that you were even here, how he whispers in your ear. A snake will crawl the earth to shed its skin, to make more room for the poison, and the filthy rich will rob you clean, until you raise your voices, and the louder one above the rest will call himself a rebel. There's a one you know and there's a one you don't, but they're still both the devil. Yes, I lean snake will crawl the earth to shed its skin, to make more room for the poison and the filthy rich, or I'll be clean until you raise your voices. And
I wonder why raising your voices. I mean, stand up for yourself, whether there's a message there or not. But also the thing about the snake in Genesis is represented as the devil or Satan incarnate, and there's different interpretations of that. But let's listen to the rest of it.
Louder one above the rest, or calling himself a rebel. There's a one you know and there's a one you don't. They're still both the devil.
They're still bone with the devil? That's just fascinating. I love being made to think. Whether or not I can make the connections or not, I love the challenge. Like, I know some people play Wordle. That's a friend of mine turned me on to that about 3 months ago. I love the challenge of things, and I'm on like a 35 or 40 day win streak. I mean, I've kind of figured out how to play Wordle strategically and all that stuff, but I like a challenge to figure things out. And some folks come from such a place and use lyrics and metaphor. So you don't know whether or not it's literal or metaphorical in some places, and so it's more of a challenge to figure out the depth of it. And I love plowing the depths of things to see if I could get close to what was intended. And this one would be a challenge. I mean, the way in which bad things manifest in this world was a common theme throughout what he was saying. And some folks think that the devil is a literal being. Some folks are absolutely adamant. Others say, well, the devil is just a way of representing, a literary way of representing the bad things that we human beings do to one another. So it's sort of personifying our own evil or our own bad intentions or actions. Either way, there are bad actions that take place on this earth, whether they're inspired, so to speak, by the separate evil spiritual being that we call the devil, or it's just something in us that causes us to want to usurp authority or take things from others. Like he referenced, the rich people will rob you blind until you raise your voices. And that I found to be interesting. But the one line that I don't know if I would ever figure out on my own without him saying what it is, was the one about the rebel. There's one you know and one you don't. Something to that effect. And it's like, all right, I think right before that was that raises his voice. Somebody raises his voice the loudest and he calls himself a rebel, but there's ones you know and ones you don't. That type of thing. And I'm like, all right, the connection there. I don't follow the breadcrumbs on that strain of thought, Eric. Maybe you have a read on this because you obviously know the song. You requested it. But some lyricists just have such an esoteric way of wording things. And I love being able to figure out what would that particular person have meant by this particular lyric. And part of it you may not be able to figure out because it's contextualized based on the context and events of their own lives and their own perspectives. And he said he's like his father. I found that introduction to be interesting. I commented to that effect in the beginning that he's like, I am my father's son and I'm doing the devil. And so maybe he's just saying this is the way in which I also have lived my life, and my father did too. And I had done a song of his prior to this a little while ago. I don't remember how far back. It wasn't that far back, about war. It was like all the wars going out, all the wars from here forward or something. And I remember I think I gave it a 10. I know I gave it a really high rating. And I just thought the way he captured that whole idea about, about older men having to fight the war because they know better by now after having been in it, that kind of thing. And I remember giving that a 10. And so And I think I read a comment that like he's been in war before. He's been in the military. Stephen Wilson Jr. has. And so maybe sets the stage for this song about the devil based on what he has seen and experienced and even done. But the snake crawls like the earth to shed its skin. And that just gives it new life, I guess. And it continues. But beyond that, I can't make the connections in the song, Eric. So this is one of these things that's going to be a group effort with everybody. So, but I like that he had a steel guitar player there. It wasn't just strictly acoustic, just him. Like that. And I obviously hope it's not blocked. If you're seeing this, it wasn't. But Jam in the Van doesn't just jam in the van now, evidently. They jam in a studio, which is very cool too. So, all right, I'm going to rate my experience with this one. Ed, the number that popped into my head was an 8.9. Steven seems like an intense dude, but a highly intelligent dude. And probably a very good person to hang out with and like as a conversationalist to talk with things about, because he seems to be very gifted at nuance and could bring a sledgehammer if he needed to. So, you know, the big picture thinking as well as nuance. And those are the types of people I love to talk with. The people who, you know, half the people I agree with, say politically, I would never want to go to dinner with, because you can't talk nuance, right? And that's just a for instance. And I like being able to talk nuance. I don't have to agree with anybody, but I love nuance. And I get the sense that Stephen would be able to do that with the best of them. So there it is. All right, Eric, thank you for that gift, my friend. I hope I did it justice. That was a heck of a different type of song. All right, guys, have a great day. I'll see you on another video. Keep rocking the country.